What? You want money, don't you? So I'll say, please subscribe and donate and keep us on the air. Ginny Roth is with me. She's a principal at Crestview Strategy, and she's a smart observer of business and politics and people. We now have Trudeau and Trump. Trudeau has said nasty things about Trump in the past, disagreed with his policies. Now we have to suck up major. I mean, Trump could destroy Canada. Talking about trade, what do you foresee going on as far as the relationship?
Well, Trudeau's got to be prime minister for a little while longer.
My
Potentially
bet is for
through to
a
the
year.
spring. Yeah,
it
could be as long as a year. We're hosting the G20, right? So he's got to think about his relationship with Trump, and he can't appear to be eaten alive by this newly empowered, soon-to-be U.S. president. And so I think he's reverting back to the playbook of when Trump was first elected. Remember, there was a bit of a charm offensive. They built some relationships there. The problem is that all went away. And in fact, Trump really turned on Trudeau, said this guy's weak, this guy's not a good leader, they don't have the same values.
And so if Trudeau has his group to try to seduce Trump, I mean, it's not going to work. No. Trump says, I know what you really think.
No, but I don't think...
It's public what you've said about me all the time.
No.
So why am I going to suck up to you?
But they don't have another playbook, and he has to appear to be trying. And I think he also knows that if he's out there criticizing Trump, as he has been for the last number of years after the guy's just won, he's going to come after him. And he's going to penalize Canada with worse tariffs, no exceptions for tariffs, all kinds of punitive policies that could really hurt the Canadian economy.
Well, it could hurt the American economy as well.
True.
Because it is a two-way street.
True.
But Americans don't obviously know that all the time. But, I mean, so let's just bring it beyond Canada. Britain, the new Labour government, the Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, the Minister of Foreign Affairs have all said before Trump won, he's an idiot. We don't like him. Yeah. They said horrible things about him.
Yeah, well, they didn't think he'd win. It's this Trump derangement syndrome, right? He does something to people's brains where they can't think straight. And traditional diplomacy would say, don't trash the guy who might be president right before he becomes president.
And everybody lost their brains.
And everybody
in Britain they did, in the Labour Party, but in Canada.
That's
true.
The Liberals have
lost
but we
their
might
brains.
have a new prime minister in Canada soon, and that person has not been out trashing Trump. And so we may have a decent relationship over the next couple of years. We'll have to see.
So really what you're advocating is that we should have an election even sooner than people want.
I'd like to have an election as soon as possible.
Well, many people want that, but really that's just some of it for partisan reasons. Part of it to prevent our Canadian society from being watered down.
And partisanship aside, Poilievre would get a bit of a blank slate with Trump, I think. They could start from scratch. They could build a diplomatic relationship from scratch. And Trudeau can't do that. Trudeau's got all kinds of baggage. Notoriously, he was overheard talking smack about Trump when he was still the prime minister at a gathering of leaders. And I don't think he can recover from that. I think Trump knows that Trudeau is not an ally, and he's not going to become one.
Yeah, no matter how much you suck up, I know what you're saying. Ginny. Good observations. Thanks very much. 3 minutes. To those of you who have subscribed and donated, a heartfelt thank you. You're keeping us on the air. If you're watching and you haven't, please try to do so, because 4 years ago we started this show because there needed to be independent analysis. Now more than ever, with the Online Harms Act, once that gets into law, it's been passed once by the House, there are going to be hundreds of bureaucrats censoring the news in Canada, censoring this show. We need to keep it on the air. Thanks for your support.